Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Coyote Fishing. Yeah, I did it. I added a motor to my kayak. So I got the Texas power paddle motor on my kayak. Right now I'm getting about 3.5 miles per hour, and I'm only using the battery, I'm only using the motor to get to the fishing spot. I necessarily don't use it while I'm fishing, and I do use it a little bit for scanning. I'm gonna scan an area. I could use the motor to, circle around an area and move around the area. Here's the motor here on the bottom of my kayak, and like I say, I've been getting about 3.5 miles per hour. It looks really small. You have doubts when something is this small. So this unit, it comes with its own battery. As far as how long the battery lasts, I've been having pretty good luck with the battery. Like I say, I'm using it to get to my location to fish, and doing a little scanning with it. And it seems to last, all day for me. Right here is how you mount the control for this Texas power pedal. And then basically you have a volume knob, and you just turn it up and down for your speed. And then you use your rudder like you know. So normally when I get to a new fishing spot, especially on a bridge, I'll start on the bottom and then work my way up, especially in deep water. I think this is like 20 feet deep. So I'll start at the bottom and work my way up. If you don't want to break your rod tip, you can use a 6, maybe even a 7-foot rod underneath these low bridges like this. But I just really don't like getting close to the pylons. I like staying off of them. I just seem like I have more control of my fishing when I'm fishing with a longer rod, even in this situation. Just got to be really careful and and not slap the bridge with your rod tip, because for sure you're gonna break the rod tip. That's my first fish in this new spot. So do a little bridge fishing. Come on with me. Let's see what we can find in this new spot. There's nothing more exciting than catching fish in a new spot. This is where I have my GoPro up here. And then I have a battery that I plug into here, and I usually just let this thing run all day long, and I come back and edit the videos. Fish net here, it's attached, so if I drop it, I can get it back. I carry 4 poles, four rods and reels with me, and this boat has a spot where you can put the rods in through a tube there, and then you can lock it here. So I actually leave the rods on when I'm going down the highway. I take the chair off. The chair is fully adjustable. I have a back cushion, seat cushion, back cushion. Underneath it, I have this tray. This is a Yak Gadget tray. I keep my hand ties in here, this tray. See there. When I'm on the water, I keep my cell phone in here. I'm still hitting the bottom and dropping all the way down and just working right on the bottom, and then maybe come up like a foot, and then I'm working. Because I'm really, at this point, I'm still not 100% sure how deep the fish are or whatever. I'm using a 1/8 jig head, and I mean, anything smaller than 1/8 in deep water, it's gonna take longer to get the jig to sink down. So, or you can double up on a 1/16 to get it to sink. So I have a tray here that I keep bait and stuff in here. The wind is really making it hard on the presentation that I'm trying to put down. You know, it's flopping the line, and then a lot of times when you got this kind of wind, and you especially when you're fishing under a bridge or something, it likes to blow that braided line around the rod tip and wrap it around the rod tip. So you have to work. You know, you have to stop fishing just to get the rod tip from get the braided line from wrapped around the rod tip. But I'm still hitting the bottom and working the bottom, and I'm giving them a presentation on the bottom. Just I'm not holding it completely still, but I'm moving it really slow for this winter time, you know, hit. Good looking fish. Okay, so most of you know I like a live well opposed to a stringer on this kayak. This live well has its own battery, and then through the scuffer hole it has an intake that pumps the water in, and then on the opposite side it has a spot where you can drain it, or once the water level gets, it's just like a regular live well. Once the water level gets so high, the water just runs back into the lake. It's a pretty good sized live well. I use it for just putting crappie in, and this thing it'll hold quite a bit of crappie. No problem with unlimited, and it generally keeps them alive. I would say August, September, maybe it's pretty tough to keep them alive all day, but it does keep the fish alive, especially. was, you know, how long to leave your jig in the water. And, you know, I found myself leaving the jig in the water for like 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. And I've seen in some cases where I have left my jig in the water like up to 3 minutes of leaving it in the water. And I just don't have a really good answer for this question. But what I think, if you really have confidence that there's fish in that location where you're fishing, I would give each jig at least, you know, each jig or each profile or each color, and maybe even each presentation. If you got really good confidence you got fish in that location, I would give it the fish at least, you know, 2 minutes to you know, make attack that jig, or, you know, get a hit from it. But there's really, I don't think there's a good answer for this question. Very, very nice fish. Nice jump. Nice fish. When I need it. And here, I keep my plastic in here, some up here. And what I usually do is, depends on where I'm going, I'll stack these up the way I plan on using them. So if I consciously think about it before the day before, then I can actually have a plan and start going through there. But if I see something on the water that changes that plan, then I'll adjust to it. But if you're fishing somewhere you've been before, you kind of have an idea of what you're going to do. So most of I think all the fish that I caught this day fish were like either right on the bottom or maybe a foot off the bottom, and the color I was using, and typically what I do when I'm fishing around bridge pylons is I'll start out with some natural colors, monkey milk, with some, basically a shad color, because there's always a lot of shad hanging around the bridges and the pylons and all of that, and the shade and everything. Shad seem to like the shade, so that's what I usually start out with. Hand ties really work good around bridges, and you can go with pink. For some reason, pink works good. Hit that fish. Oh, I didn't. Not catching a lot of fish, but the quality of the fish is tremendous. This is why I like the 10-foot rod when I'm fishing bridge pylons, because especially when the wind pick up like this, and a lot of days the wind will pick up and then it'll die down, then it'll pick up and then it'll die down. But when it pick up like this and you're fishing with a shorter rod, then you have to get closer to the pylon, and then you'll find yourself smacking it, while you're trying to fish it. And I don't know if that would completely run the fish off, but it may stop a big fish from biting. So this is one of the reasons why I like the larger, the longer rod. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And to the next time, you know what I'm going to say. Get bent.